Hello, everybody. My name is Boris Reznikov at Stellar. Most of the conversations about ICOs typically revolve around regulatory issues, and rightly so. But today I want to talk more about the technical aspects that founders and entrepreneurs need to think about when they're launching their projects. So most of you know that the concept of ICOs really gained steam and popularity on the Ethereum platform. And the Ethereum platform is an extremely powerful platform to build on top of. But it also comes with several limitations. The one that's probably most well known relates to performance, and by that I mean scalability, cost, and speed. If you look at the cost of your average transactions on Ethereum, it almost eclipses credit card fees, so it becomes prohibitively expensive for a lot of use cases. The case in point here happened 6 months ago or something like that when CryptoKitties came out. And the whole network ground to a halt because of one small semi-frivolous application like CryptoKitties. The second limitation, in my view, of Ethereum that most people don't talk about as much relates to security. Everybody knows about the DAO exploit that happened a few years ago, as well as the Parity Wallet hack, and then the Parity Wallet glitch that happened thereafter. And the reason why these applications that are built on Ethereum have these vulnerabilities is not due to inherent problems with the Ethereum VM. It's because it's extremely hard to audit Ethereum-style smart contracts for security. And so that's why we see these things happening over and over. And in my view, people tend to over-index on the importance of smart contracts in general. So in the ICO context, often people think it's very important to have smart contracts that dictate how tokens are distributed. Well, we like to refer to this as the smart contract fallacy, which is pretending not to trust somebody that you ultimately have to trust. What I mean by this is if you can't trust a founder or an entrepreneurial team to allocate tokens the way that they've promised, well, then you probably can't trust them to run a company competently. And ultimately, running this company in a smart way is what will bring value to the tokens that you've purchased. So this is what we refer to as the smart contract fallacy. And the reality is that there's no smart contract in the world that can enforce competence or honesty and keep somebody from running away with your money. And in a lot of cases, smart contracts are actually either unnecessary or downright useless. And they have this baggage that they bring with them in the sense that they can expose you to security vulnerabilities. And so at Stellar, we take a very different approach to this. Instead of offering a Turing-complete scripting language such as Solidity, we like to call it simple smart contracts. And what that is a menu of discrete operations that you can choose and combine to create fairly sophisticated contract formats, but it's purposely limited. And so what this allows you to do is to implement things that you absolutely need, such as whitelisting contributors to make sure that only accredited investors can participate and hold this token if it's a Reg D offering, or imposing lockup periods, while keeping you from unnecessary exposure to the complexity that comes with Ethereum-style smart contracts. And so philosophically speaking, our view is that the bulk of computation or the business logic that's specific to the application that you're building should live off of the protocol level. And essentially what that allows is for the ledger to do what it's good at, which is facilitating the efficient, fast, and cheap transfer of value. And so I would urge any current founders or entrepreneurs or would-be ICOs to carefully consider what platform you're using to launch both the sale as well as the product that you're actually building, because these choices have serious impacts not only on the sale, but in the long term of the product. Thank you.